It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 a.m. The Answer. I'm Alex Escobar here with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867.
Well, I'm trying to decide whether I like this weather or not. It's kind of humid, isn't it?
It definitely is. It's humid, sticky, it's cloudy.
It's supposed to get pretty hot today.
Oh,
too.
Absolutely. I think.
Is it August?
It's feeling like it. I think the highs today is 93.
Yes.
Gracious.
Then I think tomorrow's looking like 95.
Still April.
I can't stand it anymore. I got to go home. Anyway.
Well, we got one more class. I reported yesterday how great the class turned out in Floresville. Mm-hmm. We had a full house, wonderful audience. We distributed all the available germinated plants and stratified seeds, and had a good discussion. And then the next class, and this is the last one in the spring, is on Saturday, May 2nd, and it's at 9:30 a.m. We're the beginning of the AgriFest, festival that they have every year at the headquarters of the AgriLife Extension over there on the near Highway 46 on what is the name of that road?
325 Resource Drive.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful facility there. They've got gardens with a lot of innovative plantings and a lot of information. And they will be the first class, but there'll be available classes and exhibits through 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's a free event, and it's pretty great. And then, of course, if you register to attend our portion of the class, which starts at 9:30 in the morning, we'll have a germinated milkweed plant for you, and we'll also have stratified seeds. And the stratified seeds are kind of different from what we've done in the past years. These are seeds that have been sterilized and then sat in the refrigeration for 45 days. Mm-hmm. So the idea there is to eliminate any kind of chemical or physical limitation to the germination rate, because we want to maximize the amount of milkweeds produced to have them quickly available for monarch egg laying. The monarchs will only lay their eggs on milkweed, and we've identified 6 native milkweeds for this area that we've worked with for these last 4 years, and then we even have some of the tropical milkweed as well. It's kind of controversial, and that's one of the things we will talk about. But it's a favorite of gardeners and a favorite of the monarchs too. They like the nectar, and then they also like laying their eggs on the foliage. So that'll be an interesting program. And the phone number over there. Oh, you got one?
Yes.
Got it here.
For New Braunfels, it is 830-620-3440.
And that's the headquarters of the AgriLife Extension in Comal County. And they will register you so that you, the folks that are pre-registered will get their access to the plants and the seeds. We can handle more folks for the lecture, but we basically can only handle 40 individuals to receive the plant and the seeds. And we'll expect you to, if you agreed, take the plants and the seeds, we'll expect you to plant the seeds quickly and then report the results. And also report the results on transplanting. We'll give you a self-addressed an envelope to send and the data sheet. You can send the information in. Oh, and if you'd prefer to send the information by computer, we've included my computer address there too. So, it's pretty demanding, but we've found out, Alex, that it's very hard nowadays to collect data on planting success on the telephone. You gotta, people have to have the data put aside, and they have to be available for the phone call, and so it's we're thinking it'll be much more successful. What's this?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Yeah, we'll be more successful for the. Yes, it's coral vine, Queen's Crown. It's also called. It's a wonderful nectar plant, but it'll grow over the top of trees and buildings. But the good news is that it is cold sensitive, so it freezes back, and so it doesn't last the winter. All right. We had a question about a plant there in the middle. I think we finished the discussion on the class.
Yes,
over
we
there,
did.
and that's Saturday,
May 2nd at 9:30
yeah,
in the a.m.
yeah, and so if you're interested, go ahead and pre-register, and then we'll see you on Saturday.
Do you think, I was thinking, do they have a website so that you can find out what the other classes are?
Oh, yeah. And in fact, they've got a
look at that.
sheet on the open house at AgriFest that is available on the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service in Comal County.
Okay.
So if you want more information on that AgriFest, gosh, here's the list of looks like about 50 exhibits and exhibitors, and lots of information, and the phone number's there, and also again the address 325 Resource Drive in New Braunfels.
Excellent. So when you said a full house at Floresville, how many was that? How many equals a full house?
Well,
your estimate.
Well, full house is, I generally think of it as, we state it's 35 because that's what we plan on to have plants and seeds, but we generally have 40.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a full house. Most of the classrooms that we use can accommodate 40 plus folks. And so that's what it turns out. Like the one in New Braunfels had more than 40, so we didn't have quite enough plants and stratified seed for everybody, but they seemed to be content to end up with one per family rather than each of the individuals that were there. And that was kind of enforced by the Master Gardener volunteers.
You had implied that, or I had inferred that yesterday, that they were
They were in charge.
they were yeah.
Yeah, they said they. I said, well, gosh, you know, and then I explained that demanding the data collection process that I needed to have their names and their age and a zip code and telephone number and the variety of seed they received and also the variety of the plant they received. And I said that's kind of tough because we generally do it after the lecture is over. And the volunteers in charge said, no problem. You just keep giving the lecture. We'll go ahead and go distribute.
In fact,
I said,
I think that's
it's
how
kind
they.
of chaotic. When nah, no problem. But it went really well.
I can hear them in my mind's ear, you know, just the way they're saying it and their body language and everything. So, you think we're going to do more class because of the response? More classes down there sometime, or maybe we'll just leave it till the fall for.
Oh, well, no, I don't think we'll do any more in the spring. But,
Okay.
yeah, the question would be, are we going to do it in the fall? Because some of those seeds do best in the fall. We've always had the green and the swamp have been best for us when we've planted them in the fall. And we get a pretty good response for the classes in the fall, too. But, yeah, so I suspect that we will, at very least, do it again next year in the spring, but we may do it in the fall as well.
You said certain of the milkweeds had a better success rate in the fall compared to the spring, or?
Well, the just like the monarch butterflies, the milkweeds are kind of unpredictable. The one the tropical and the zizoti have been the two that have been most successful as far as germinating consistently through the year. Except the zizoti in the spring did not do very well in germination, which was kind of strange. And then last year, we have this with the swamp and the green. We didn't have any luck with them germinating in the spring, but they both did real well in the fall. So that's what that's one, you know. The data we're trying to collect. Yeah. Part of it is the seed source. Maybe the seed source is not consistently. Maybe it's some cases older or hard telling. But hopefully we'll learn all that as we proceed. Do we have a question here?
Yes, sir. We have a question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moved here, so I was like, can I take a picture of you guys?
Oh, okay.
My wife was trying to find a place to get some plants and stuff, and this is the best place to,
Can you hear?
Yeah. Well, it is the best place. And where did you move from?
Alabama.
Oh, wow.
We moved here in December.
Well, you got to.
I was going to say, bless your heart. You moved from Alabama. You came to San Antonio. We do things a little different. We have a little different plants.
I grew
So,
up about an hour west of here.
You want to grab that so we can? Yeah.
You grew up about an hour west
I
of
grew
here?
up about an hour west of here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And was been gone for about 25 years, and now I'm back. I'm like, just moved to New Braunfels. So it's like when I was here before, the trip used to be empty spaces.
Oh,
Yeah. Now it's one
It's
long
expanded,
line.
definitely.
My
a
wife
lot.
was like, let's grow some plants. Let's go get some herbs. And we looked it up.
Yeah,
And it's like, well,
that New
this is not that
Braunfels
far.
area now is the growth area.
That's
Well,
what
the
it
whole area is
Well, when you
growing.
say an hour, I'm imagining you're about Hondo or
Hondo, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Hondo.
And so same thing out there. Coming in
from Castroville here,
yeah.
it used to be space, and now it's like, oh well, it used to be Show Place Hill.
Yeah.
Now it's a community, like a housing development. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I
wild.
remember when I could tell when I was coming or leaving San Antonio and coming into Castroville because of the lands, and I used to know all the different farms, and now some of them are gone, and some of them are for sale coming into Castroville. So
Growing up, we would see like 211, 1604. Once we get to 410, we're in San Antonio now. It's
So
lots of space.
Yeah. The driving out there in the afternoon is quite horrific.
That's what I hear.
So, anyway, so glad you're here and
Yes, welcome
had a
back.
shop here. We have lots of different sales.
Wife's
and
looking for some herbs and
herbs are in
stuff
the
that's gonna.
Yeah, it's a little different situation. Well, quite a different situation from Alabama because of the acid soil versus the alkaline soil.
Yeah. So anyway, it's herbs are on the second table
That's what she's got.
or third table down. Generally, it says herbs on them. Sometimes they don't put the sign out early in the
Oh
morning.
no, we found quite a selection over there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you for
Thank you.
stopping by.
Okay, everyone, that wasn't too hard. We didn't hurt him too much. So come on by. Ask a question.
Well, now one of the exciting plants that is now available is the Whopper begonia.
I know. I was talking with Calvin earlier. I noticed that table was full yesterday now. There's hardly anything there.
You think? I looked at it and I thought there was a pretty good portion still there.
It's a lot less
and they
than
look
yesterday.
good. Then there was some more over there. I don't know if they're still. Those are left too, but they're the Whoppers, which have large foliage, large blooms, grow to about 18 inches tall at least, but they have all the other desirable characteristics of the waxleaf begonia, which means that they shade tolerant and they look kind of fragile, but they aren't. They have pretty good drought tolerance. They let you know when they need water, and they also have pretty good weather tolerance. They a lot of them will survive the winter even. So it's a pretty desirable plant. And if you've never grown the Whoppers, you need to get a few and try those.
Absolutely.
You can actually call in.
That's right.
And reserve a few if you're interested. That service that Milberger's offers. So
But I couldn't remember the number the other day. Hopefully, we have it
I
here.
can give it to you. The number for Milberger's, the store,
I'm old. I don't
is
remember.
210-497-3760. That's the number for Milberger's, the store. The number for our radio show is 210-308-8867. And we'll talk about what Milberger's has for sale when we come back on Milberger's Gardening South Texas, 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We talked about it at the end of the show yesterday, but want to remind people of some of the sales we have here at Milberger's. The Vinca, I think it's also called periwinkle, on sale in a 4-inch pot, regularly $179, on sale 8 for $12.
Did we verify, Mark, that it's the aerial phytophthora resistant variety?
Which one?
The
Vinca.
Vinca. We know it's Cora, and then it's and then there's a acronym.
Well, as long as if they're Coras,
I think they have a long history of getting only Cora.
Yeah.
Here, and in fact, I think everybody just produces
and
it.
it's
just
still
out of
April,
hand.
so
yeah.
And it wasn't too many years ago when we would wait until July to plant Vincas because of their susceptibility to aerial phytophthora. But since the introduction of Cora and then a couple other selections that are resistant to the disease. They are, again, a wonderful addition to our landscape, including being probably the most deer-proof of the flowers.
Yes.
I
find those. I include them in every list of deer-resistant plants. I said, you got to try the vinca.
Yeah. And these Cora vincas, they got some wonderful colors too. That pure white, along with the if you plant those along with the red or the violet or the pink, they're spectacular. And what are they selling for on sale?
4-inch pot, regularly $179. They're on sale 8 for $12.
Okay.
That's not too bad. We have sweet potato vines, 4-inch pot, regularly $199. On sale 5 for $9.50. We have, I know this one was a hot topic for us yesterday. The hosta, number 1, regularly $12.99. On sale $8.88.
Well, make sure you know what you're getting into if you get the
Yes.
hosta. They're wonderful and everything, but they are a favorite.
I think I'll set up
caterpillar
slugs,
eater.
caterpillars.
Yeah. Slugs and snails.
Oh yeah.
Slugs and snails. So you can use the old-fashioned beer treatment, or we have Sluggo Plus here available, and that will take care of both of those. Bert called yesterday and he was talking about pill bugs or roly-polies or sow bugs or however you want to call them. And they generally stay with the cane matter. They don't use a lot of live tissue.
They're so common, they get blamed for a lot of things.
They get blamed for a lot of stuff on that. But I did bring up their closest cousin is actually shrimp. So think of them as land shrimp and a little bit of butter and lemon.
Do you prepare them the same way?
Garlic. Yeah. Prepare them the same way. So that's an alternative. Shrimp poor boy, shrimp salad.
We also have
roly-poly salad.
The flax lily. It's on sale. Number 1, regularly $12.99. On sale $8.88. Very drought tolerant. Grows up to 1 to 3 feet tall in clumps. The variegated ginger, tropical evergreen, number 3, regularly $29.99. On sale $28.88 or 2 for $50. The star jasmine values to $39.99. On sale 2 for $60.
Boy, you got to smell the fragrance in that one.
I think leaving yesterday, I got a good whiff of them. And they
and that's
smelled pretty
another
nice.
one that is generally the deer would not eat. But it's a vine, but a heavy leaner. So be prepared for that. It'll instead of getting all twisted in your trellis, they generally lean against it. So you have to sometimes you have to brace them up. But gosh, yeah, they are attractive and the fragrance is unbelievable. What are they for sale?
They're valuing $39.99. They're on sale 2 for $60.
Okay.
So you're saying they take over the trellis. So you say they take over very quickly, or it takes time for it to start leaning?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they don't always have a problem with the leaning, but occasionally, like if you put them in the wind channel, or sometimes the wind will blow them off there. So that's just something you have to be prepared for. But they grow
Relatively
pretty quickly.
We have the split leaf philodendron, regularly $34.99 in number 3, on sale $28.88. We also have the red yucca in a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale $19.88.
And that's a plant that does well in terms of the planted in full sun, and it's a drought tolerant plant. You do have to protect the flowers from the deer, but the deer do not eat the foliage. So you think about that if you're going to get the red yucca.
And it shows that
most of the yuccas the deer don't eat.
No, just the red ones is
just the bloom is
just the blooms. Okay.
Well, and I think it depends on the neighborhood too, or and the population of deer. Maybe you should confer with your deer leadership there and see before you depend too much on a new planting of.
I know y'all brought up yesterday. Even if something is deer resistant, there are times where deers will still go up and try it out for the first time.
I think Mark agrees with me. We generally, when you plant a new plant, especially one that's coming directly from the wholesale nursery, their chemistry is not as potent as it is after it's been in the landscape for a while. So it really kind of pays off if you go ahead and spray one of the deer-resistant sprays to at least, I always recommend once a week for 3 to 6 weeks. And that way you have a little more insurance that your curious deer, which in case you haven't noticed, they're very curious, and they will taste a lot of things. I always talk about the iris being deer-proof, but the new planted iris even will be tasted by the deer, and so it always pays to do that preliminary spray. You didn't remember what the sprays.
So we had 3 there. We had one liquid from Finch.
Oh yeah, that's the one I use. That works well.
It's the old one, the old regular, well known to work. And they had some new ones. It says "I Must Garden," and I think that's the one Trace like, because it had a whole selection of different stuff: deer and cats and dogs and different formulations. And then there's a third one, and I can't remember that one. But
I may have to try. Was there a coyote version?
I think there was.
Yeah, I may have to try that. My continuing battle with the coyotes there.
That they come back?
Oh man, their timing is just the minute my irrigation contractor repairs my drip irrigation, they decide to come back and see if they can't get a drink.
Maybe they're
by tearing it apart.
To their scent.
Yeah, and my little 17-pound West Highland Terrier.
Delicious entree.
Yeah,
she would make a delicious entree for those coyotes.
She is concerned whether she is responsible for chasing them away.
No.
I keep trying to talk my neighbor who has 2 wonderful big Airedales into just letting them loose, and they'll chase the coyotes away. But
and enjoy it.
Yeah. But he treasures them just as much as I do the Westies. So. But Airedales, I don't. I used to have Airedales. I was growing up, and even I was when my kids were growing up, and the Airedales never hesitated when it came to fox and coyotes, and they weren't afraid of them for sure.
Yeah, and that's. I think
next up.
Coyotes.
Yes, ma'am. We have a.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
You have a question?
Do you have a question? Come on, right up.
Can we?
Okay. Don't worry.
Can we talk in here, just so we can hear a little better?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you grow hostas from seed, is there anything special you need to know?
Why are you growing them from seed?
Because I need large coverage, and
Okay. Yeah, no, there's nothing. I think they're very easy. You don't have to stratify them. At least don't remember ever having to stratify them.
And then what was the beer trick? You were talking about the...
So I have a coffee cut in front of me. Sorry, radio listeners, you can't see it. So you take a cup, a glass jar preferably, and you fill it about that much full of beer, about a third of the way up, and you sink it all the way to the ground so it's level with the ground.
Slugs...
So they'll be attracted to the beer, and then they'll fall in, and then they won't be able to climb on the glass side.
It's very effective. But be aware that one of the reasons we don't grow more hostas here is that the slugs and snails love them. So
no matter how much beer you put out, you're going to have a lot of slugs and snails.
And it might be convenient because you can drink part of the beer anyway. So
No.
How about giant hostas? Are they as delicious to the slugs?
I would think so.
Yeah, they are. Of course, they're a wonderful plant from a lot of areas.
To fill a space. Yeah.
Lots of times they use aspidistra, cast iron plant.
Yes.
Not one of my favorites.
Mine either.
I think you have to be in Maui or Miami to have them look good.
You might want to experiment with kind of pick a limited plot to begin with and just see how that turns out.
Right.
Okay.
Are we talking in the ground? In the ground or in pots?
I just picked up some big elongated... I might put them in the pots. And
so that would be
put
the suggestion.
Slug, the beer trap in there.
So that's one of the suggestions. And I like them. I grew up with them, and I love the variety that you have, the leaf shape and the leaf color. But that's what I would do. I would do them in a long pot.
I saw a bright blue one advertised but I'm not going to order online.
Well, I was going to say, and that... and that is what they've been trying to do over the last couple of years, is increase the blue and then variegate it with maybe a blue leaf and a green color or even a yellow stripe to it. So they're very beautiful. You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Bye-bye.
you for your
Good
question.
luck. Keep us informed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If she's got one of our milkweeds here.
I sure do.
And guess what she's going to ask about?
Uh-oh. Why is it yellow? Or why is it
aphids?
dusty? Or aphids?
Is that aphids?
Yeah.
I don't see them on any of the others.
Well, okay, this is a common thing. And people get the milkweeds, and all of a sudden they're covered with aphids, and they're worried about it killing the plant. It will not kill the plant.
Well,
no.
You don't have to. I think Mark and I don't recommend you. You can, if it really bothers you. I know a lot of gardeners don't like aphids on their plants, even if it's milkweed.
Yeah.
Spray it with just a water spray.
Yeah.
But if they're in the landscape for a while, quite often all the ladybugs and the other predators will help get them under control, but they don't. They're just like Mark says. They don't really hurt the plant.
No, because we're expecting all those leaves to be eaten by the caterpillars anyway. Mm-hmm. So, like I mentioned yesterday on the air, my go-to now, it's very Gigi, and it's insecticidal soap with spinosad. Yeah, but you don't want to do it when there's caterpillars on it. So that's why I said
I wouldn't spray any insecticide.
Yeah. So a good hand spray that was found. They did a study years ago, and they found that spraying the underside of the leaves is 80% effective and reaches most of the chemical treatments. It's equal to that, so it's excellent.
All right, then.
Good
All
luck.
right. Thank you. All right, 210-308-8867. We're going to take a quick break. We have a caller on the other side of this break. We'll get to him. We'll be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We have Mike on the line. Mike, thank you for holding. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right.
I'm the guy trying to raise the Barbados cherry trees.
Yes.
And one of the things it needs is a slightly acidic soil, which needless to say we don't have. And I was wondering if I started adding apple cider vinegar occasionally when I water, if that might be enough to help, or do you think so?
Yeah, after 10 or 12 years. Okay, I was making a joke there.
Yeah.
The acetic acid is a weak acid, and our soils are so buffered with alkalinity that it wouldn't do very much except for a very localized area. But if you did it in combination with pine bark or pine-based potting soil or cedar-based potting soil.
How about sphagnum peat moss?
Yeah, sphagnum peat moss. There you go. That there you go. Thank you. Incorporating that in the ground with the vinegar. And don't use the strong stuff. Don't use the strong stuff like we would use for a weed killer or fire ants. Use the regular apple vinegar, cider vinegar. And but it would take a long time. Now you could also try the iron sulfate or sulfur, agricultural sulfur. But
what is the target plant?
It's I don't think he needs to acidify the soil a whole lot. It's Barbados cherry.
Oh, okay.
And that it says it's slightly acidic, but I don't think it needs a lot of lowering of the pH.
Yeah, the sphagnum, if it was a generous, might do the job.
I think there's lots of little stuff you can do because I don't think you have to lower it very much.
Yeah. Even compost and sphagnum.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm thinking if I can, I'm going to leave them in pots if they just absolutely don't go crazy. But I've got access to the big used molasses pots.
Yeah,
they've got
that's what I use.
Gallon. So
yeah, well, you can mix a really good soil with compost and sphagnum, and it'll stay generally pretty acidic.
Yeah, we have some specific acid-based potting soil here at Milberger's. Now, if it's in the pot, try to use rainwater as much as you can.
Yeah, we finally get some rain, and he's already talking about it.
The reason is our lovely water from that company that both Calvin and I worked for is alkaline based, and over time you may raise the pH in a container.
Yeah. Well, I'll try it, and then I'll try and keep y'all abreast of how things turn out.
That sounds good.
I was happy when Alex said, Mike's on the line. Oh, good.
We've had
a success.
A number of gardeners have had some success with doing that blueberries in that same kind of situation you're talking about, with a large container dominated by compost and by sphagnum peat moss and acidic rainwater whenever it's available. And they do pretty well. There goes a monarch butterfly, too. So, yeah, Mike, that'd be great if you kept us informed.
Yeah. And that's the right size spot.
I'll let you know. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Mike.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mike. All right, 210-308-8867. Give us a call, 210-308-8867. I want to continue on the sales we have here at Milberger's this week. The double knockout rose, number 3, regularly $34.99, on sale $26.88.
Showy addition to the landscape.
Yeah,
there.
they had single reds for the first introduction, and then they had pinks, and then now they had double knockouts, the reds and the pinks. Very nice color, and a standby almost used to excess in many commercials.
Are they is that double red as tough as those other colors were?
I like the single still.
Yeah.
I think the single is
some of
is
those
good.
plantings in the commercial areas are just spectacular.
Yeah.
They'll be blooming soon if they're not blooming already.
No, they're not,
They'll bloom until it gets real hot.
Yeah. So, and then that's the thing. A lot of people go, but it stopped blooming. Well, yeah, now it's 90 every day.
Yeah.
So they don't like that. So right now and in the fall is the best time to see those. So if you like roses, that's a really good rose.
Yep. That's in that same league with those tough modern roses and old-fashioned roses that Mark and I rave about all the time. Carefree Beauty, Grandma's Yellow, Belinda's Dream, Metabolus.
And Mrs. Dudley's Cross. Those are the ones
Mrs.
we
Dudley
recommend.
Cross is doing well, too. Let's see, the Martha Gonzalez. Yeah, that's going strong. That's a great little one. It's got small red flowers, and it doesn't grow very tall, but it's a great one for a fill in the space and between the lanes in a sidewalk when you're going up into the school or to church, and you want people to stay on the sidewalk, and you plant those Martha Gonzalez roses, and they're so attractive, and the thorns aren't savage, but there's enough there to keep you in the lane, the sidewalk lane, and so those garden areas that are placed in so many of those sidewalks going into the main entrance, they will continue to be garden lanes if you got Martha Gonzalez there, and they're going to be attractive gardening lanes.
So it is the third week, almost the fourth week of April, and Calvin and I always say mow their grass, real grass, twice and then fertilize. Well, it just so happens that it's on sale. Remember, I made that mistake that one time. I said the fertilizer was for sale.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
I did the other way around.
Yeah.
There again, I did it wrong. It is for sale, not on sale.
Yes. It is
Well,
for
it's my favorite fertilizer.
No, it does so many things. It's formulated 50-50, what we call 50-50 win. That's water insoluble nitrogen. That means it's slow release. So it's half fast, half slow. Plus it has the iron and sulfur components. Well, there you go, just for like Mike. So that would be the one that, you may want to use.
Stores well, and it's good. It's good, great fertilizer for the lawn, but it's also great fertilizer for preparing your vegetable garden and your flower garden and side dressing plants in the regular garden.
Would you say it's good for trees too?
Oh,
that
yeah.
fertilizer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Mark is still trying to decide which is when's the best time to fertilize trees.
So after 45 years, listen, it is a hotly debated subject within the tree community. When is the best time? I have taken a middle course, and I have said a little bit in fall, a little bit in the spring works wonders.
Well, and the 1959 with that 50% fast
it would be
resistance,
good for that.
Yeah, that gives you some flexibility there, because you're not. It's not an environmental problem, and it can serve. It's useful. Conserves the nitrogen, which was one of the things we're most interested in. because it releases it over a long period of time, so the plant can take advantage of it. But yeah, that's what you want. You want a bag of that in your storage shed so that you can use it in the flower garden and in the vegetable garden and for your trees and especially for your lawn.
And yes, it is here available at Milberger's, a 40-pound bag, which covers 7,600 square feet, only $49.99. So come on down to Milberger's and get yourself a bag or two. Also on sale, Vitex, number 3, regularly $29.99, on sale $22.88.
Well, that fascinates me. What is it, the container that those Vitex
Yeah,
are?
it was yesterday. I said that, and you expressed surprise. It's at number 3.
Wow.
So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Vitex is a good choice. It's a plant that I think it's even shade tolerant, isn't it, Mark?
Well, yeah, to a degree.
Okay.
You're definitely planting it for that flower, and that flower is going to be best in full sun.
And our pollinators love it, especially the hummingbirds.
Now it's drought tolerant when TxDOT plants it alongside of the roads, because it's never going to receive any care after establishment alongside the road.
And some folks have said it's invasive. I've never had that experience. I've got some in my landscape. Maybe some other areas that it was invasive.
Maybe further east, is what I've always said. Much like the Chinese pistache, is going to be much more invasive further east you go. I think the Vitex falls in that category. So I've never seen it.
Well,
I've never seen it.
Our friend Jerry Parsons that we worked with for years, he was always an advocate for using it like a flowering plant in the yard rather than a shrub with that blooms on it. He was always recommending you cut it way back after the bloom, and then you'll get a new bloom, and you do that once or twice a year even. So it's a versatile plant, tough, drought tolerant, and very attractive.
I can never go that way.
The deer don't eat it either.
No. It's very deer resistant. No. A lot of people have know it as the lilac chaste tree.
Yeah. Vitex is another name for it. And
so I use the Vitex because that's the genus and more scientific name. Jerry would advocate, cut it down every year. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. He'd treat it like a huge salvia, because that's what the flowers would look like. So plant it with other salvias and treat it like a big salvia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tree guy.
I've got one that that's very old.
Yeah.
That has got a lot of dead branches, and I use it for my hanging all my bird feeders. And it's just the versatile, tolerates that that long line horizontal growth area.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you're the only one, because I have seen it in various places, out in Helotes and what's that town? Bernie. Yeah,
Bernie.
That town further up that way. Yeah, I can't remember its name.
It's tough working with old people.
Yeah, it's a problem with old people. It's a very versatile tree. So in a number 3 pot, that's easy to take home and easy to dig the hole. Well, easier to dig the hole, particularly north of town.
And that is one of those plants that we've talked about a lot of time about. If it's a well-adapted, recommended plant, it will put up with our shallow soils, and that one will prosper even if you have to mound it.
Absolutely.
In the soil. It'll find a way to get its roots into the
It'll find a
ground
way.
that's available.
We're going to be right back.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Or if you're walking around Milberger's right now, you have a question, we're up here on the patio, so feel free to come up, ask any questions. We'll do our best to get them answered.
Now, in my article yesterday, we talked about the controlling two of the toughest weeds right now, Bermuda grass and also nutsedge. But I made an error in the article. I stated that some of the I had identified some active ingredients that were available to use in vegetables in some products, but I mentioned Ornament and Grass Be Gone and some of those which the label does not allow them to be used in the vegetable gardens. So I'll be writing a correction for that article, and there are products. Mark identified at least one here at Milberger's that he uses one of the same herbicides.
Sethoxylin.
Yeah.
So, but it's made by Fertilone, and it was called Over the Top.
And he went through and looked at the label, and the label identified the vegetables. The important point there is that I need to do a better job in reviewing that label. But so you have a responsibility too. All the gardeners that use pesticides need to be to realize that the label is the law, and even though the active ingredient is accepted to be used in like vegetables and some products, but not all of them do that. So if the label does not say you can use it in vegetables, you can't use it in vegetables. So those Grass Be Gone and Ornament are at least two. I think Fusilade and Post maybe. We didn't get a chance to check them too. But if you are looking for one that you can use in a vegetable, make sure you review that in detail, the label, to make sure it's one. And what was the name of that product, Mark? Do you remember that we had the Fertilone product?
Yeah, it's called Over the Top.
Over the Top.
And actually, Trace turned me on to that years ago. And it provides recommendations before you harvest. This is the amount of time before you harvest, or the last date that you may use the spray. So it's very, very clear. It depends on different species, but it's very clear on when you need to. You can use it on a regular basis up to this point in time.
And there are a couple of other products that apparently do allow use in vegetable garden are Monterey Grass Getter and Bonide Grass Beater. But again, make sure you review that label and verify that that's true. Another product we talked about that we identified as being very effective in controlling the nutsedge is Sedgehammer. That really works well, and even works in. You can use it in the rose garden. I've used it in the rose bed, and it's amazing.
Yeah. You see it all the time. These beautiful roses, well mulched, and coming through that mulch is all that nutsedge.
Yeah.
Because lots of times you bring in a little bit of extra soil here and there, and it may carry that nutlets in it.
Yeah. The nutsedge is a tough product, but sedgehammer is a worthy product that can handle it, and you apply it. It's an interesting product because it's kind of like it's sold as a kind of a real thin package, and it's got the active ingredient in a little pouch, and it also has got the instructions in there, and you mix it in 1 gallon of water, all of the active ingredient, and the instructions say you have to mix it all and you have to use it all. You can't store it either, and so that's one of the situations. It's about $30.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the least expensive, but it is one of the most effective for controlling that nutsedge.
And that is difficult to control, nutsedge. I've seen some people give up, and they start trimming it, and they make it into a ground cover, like Asiatic jasmine. Mm-hmm. They've never been able to get rid of it, and they go, just turn the tables and make it into a ground cover.
If you're interested in a task that is never ending and is a good exercise program, controlling controlling nutsedge by pulling it out is one of those. Well, of course, Bermuda grass too is also very hard to control by pulling. It's a little tougher than nutsedge, but like Mark said, the nutlets of the nutsedge stay in there. So you pull out, and then 2 weeks later you'll get
you pull 90%. You think you got it all, but now that remaining 10% will expand over time. It's tough.
If you never tried it, if you got a lot of nutsedge in your rose bed or in your flower bed or in your lawn, go ahead and try that sedgehammer one time. You'll be amazed at how well it works. And then also keep an eye on the. We'll be discussing further the control of Bermuda grass too.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can. There's a lot of good products. We mentioned Ornamec and Grass Be Gone. A lot of good products that you can use if you're killing the grass in the flower bed or in the shrub border. But you don't want to lose those products in the vegetable garden. You have to find one of them that is. The label does allow it, and there are several that do, including the one that Mark found in Fertilome. Tell me again what the name of that was?
It's Over the Top.
Over the Top. Yeah, and so that's one that does include that label, but be sure you review the label and verify that it gives you permission to use it in the vegetable garden.
The two other ones that you have mentioned are from well-known companies that are not necessarily organic, but they bend towards that way about organic. So both Monterey and Bonide are companies that have a viewpoint of trying to be more organic or less non-organic. How about that? We'll just say it like that.
Well, it's almost the end of April, and I just checked right now. It's still up and running. The CPS, I want to get the name right. Hold on.
So you checked.
I checked.
So we have confirmation.
Confirmation. It's open right now. Hold on. We have a... One second.
Sorry.
We need a...
So we can hear you. Yeah, don't worry.
It's all right.
You sound wonderful.
So I heard that there's 2 different types of grub worms that it can be in your garden, and I'm like, how do I treat them, and how do I discern which one's which, and then how long after I treat can I actually plant?
Who identified two different selections?
The lady here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's at least there's a lot more than two.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
generally don't distinguish between them. We just
The reason is when they're in that larval state like that, they look very similar.
Right.
That's how their shape. So that one's a C shape, and then there's another ones that are more linear. And yeah. So but Calvin's right. We don't usually distinguish between the many.
Is it in the lawn or in the flower?
It's in the garden, in the vegetable garden.
Okay. Now you have to be careful there on the label. You have to be allowed to treat there. Now a lot of times you don't the grubs in the vegetable garden don't prevent you from having a good vegetable crop.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and treat it if the label allows the product. Grub. There's several grub treatment material insecticides, and you could go ahead and treat it if it's allowed. But I wouldn't time your vegetable garden planting or anything to the treatment of the grubs unless you have a very bad situation and you want to clean them all out. But usually that's not the issue. Yeah.
Okay.
So that. What are you? You don't have anything in the vegetable garden now?
Oh, I do. I have tomatoes in there, and I was cleaning out the other half of it, and that's when I saw 3 grubs yesterday, and I'm like, I better stop after I'm done cleaning this out before I plant and go treat them.
So in the lawn, we do a square foot test. We do a square foot, and we try to lift it up like carpeting. And if we see 5 or more, then we treat. Or we see less than 5, don't worry about it. So I'm even in the vegetables, I'm of the vein that, turn me down, I was a little excited, of the vein that I don't worry about them too often. And this is the one of the times that I strongly recommend a organic treatment. So that's the beneficial nematodes.
Okay.
I can see Calvin out of the corner of my eye. Is it as effective as a chemical, which are very safe? No. But you do it right now.
Okay.
And we do have them here.
Right.
So that's what I would do. I just do a treatment right here.
Definitely wouldn't hurt your vegetable garden and may help control some of the grubs. But
Okay.
Yeah. So, maybe I'll reduce it by 50%. Oh, well, I may have only had a few to begin with, so that's okay. And on vegetables and perennial plants, what they're doing is just chewing and sucking on various roots. Well, if they take out 10% of a perennial plant, I still have 90%. Here's the problem in a lawn. When they eat a root, they eat the whole plant dies. The whole leaf dies. The whole grass plant dies. So that's one of the reasons. So that's why if it's in, and why we ask, is it in the vegetable garden or the ornamental landscape? It's different than in a lawn.
And then we generally treat now, but later once those grubs are mature, they basically quit feeding, so we don't worry about them later in the summer either. So,
do you have any patio lights?
Yes.
Have you seen any beetles flying next to them? Okay, good.
But you did see grubs in the garden.
I killed 3 of them yesterday.
Yeah. So anytime you see them by a pool, in the pool, or by the lights, well, those are the adults of the grubs. So that's why when we start seeing them immediately, that's when we apply the chemical or the nematodes.
I would just look at the label and see what they say in terms of the vegetable garden.
Okay.
And then decide if it's worthwhile to go ahead and treat it.
Okay. Will do. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Good question. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you. All right. 210-308-8867. We have James on the line. James, how are we doing today?
Good.
Good.
Hey, listen, I've got a tomato report. I've been out of pocket, so just this morning I went out to look at my pole big, and I harvested 3 fruit. First 2 look really good. The one on the bottom, this is what happens when you're out of pocket for a while. It was sampled already by what I'm assuming is either a redbird or a mockingbird, so I guess it tasted good. Yes, so just word to the wise, anybody out there, if your tomatoes are turning, just keep an eye on them. Okay, Mark, I asked you a couple of weeks ago.
How did you do, what size did they reach that you harvested?
The two first ones were smaller. The one on the bottom was really large. It was much bigger than a baseball. I don't know if it was tennis ball size, but not quite, but it was larger. And I was so disappointed when I flipped it over and saw the big heck hole in the bottom. But anyway, there'll be some more.
Did you taste them yet?
No. I was actually running on an errand, and I went and picked them before I got in the truck. I put the other 2 on the back patio, so I'll sample them later today or tomorrow. I haven't tasted them yet.
Let us know.
Have you tried any yet, Calvin? Have you harvested
I did.
any?
I harvested 1, and it was good. I mean, it was. But I got the same situation that you did with the relatively small size. It was kind of a little smaller than tennis ball size, but the color was intense, and it did taste very good.
Okay.
Now,
my second question. Okay, go ahead. I'm kind of pressed for time. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Someone brought to my attention an old-timey method for the birds was to hang. Well, that's Jerry and I's favorite, but a red Christmas, the old-fashioned red Christmas ball ornament, and you put it on the plant, and you deceive the birds, and when they peck on it, they go, oh, what? No, I can't get into that. So supposedly, I'm air quoting Alex, right? Air quoting. Supposedly that will protect the other fruit because it will deceive like you said, the mockingbird or jay. Yeah.
You know who's spreading that rumor, James? Is that it's the mockingbirds.
The mockingbirds. I think.
We'll just
they get on the internet and email their friends. Yeah. I think I remember Jerry saying that way back. Yeah, that sounds about right. It wouldn't hurt to try. I'd have to find a red ornament. Yeah. Okay, secondly, I asked you, I've got a real problem with Johnson grass in my back. Thanks, courtesy of my neighbor.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about the Roundup, the glyphosate.
Yes.
And I know that'll kill just about everything it gets on, correct? Correct.
The original formulation, yes.
Okay, well, that leads me up because I see there's a commercial with the new one. This is what I have now in my Queen's Crown out at the row, which is already in blooming, and it looks pretty. It's the red one, and it has reverted back to red, which I'm glad. Okay, Fandango, I think it's called. I have Johnson grass mixed in now with the coral vine. So I'd like to try to get rid of the Johnson grass without killing the coral vine. So is there a selective for the Johnson grass? Is there anything out there?
One of the easiest ways to do that is to use one of Grass Be Gone or one of those other grass killing herbicides because it won't affect the vine.
Okay.
So that's
Grass Be Gone.
Go ahead.
Grass Be Gone I do have, but I can only find it in a little hand sprayer already pre-mixed, and that's pretty expensive if you got a lot to kill. So is there a concentrate or something that you're aware of?
Yeah, so on our shelves we had both. Primarily we had, just like you said, the ready-to-use RTU. I know it's on there, and I know because I've used it in place of post on some scientific experiments. So it's in either a metric half or a full.
Well, and you deal with a
feed store somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jupe Mills and Somerset, they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so that's where I would go.
Yeah, because you'll get Johnson grass is on most of those labels as a target.
So I still would use the glyphosate. What I do is get an old-fashioned paintbrush, a long-handled one, and a glass container, and I use it. So I just stick the paintbrush in, and I dab where I want it, and just walk down and keep dabbing.
I wouldn't.
And he wouldn't, but
No.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, I would just use one of those grass herbicides.
Okay. All right, I'll look for something. Is it the Ornamec or is it something else?
I would use the one. I would use the one that's least expensive, because all those are effective. Especially effective on Johnson grass. But see which one meets your needs in terms of the amount that you have to spray.
So James, we have a bottle. We have a bottle of Ornamec. Because I was pulling them off the shelf yesterday in order to compare them all. When Calvin mentioned his mistake, I just like saying that. So we did have 2 bottles of the Ornamec, and it comes in a bottle. But I don't know, 20 ounces, 24 ounces, not 24, but 16 or 20 ounces bottle.
Okay, I'll see what they have at the feed store and go from there. And two more quick ones. My Vitex is blooming already, which I'm glad. And as Milton advised last year, I'll cut it back after the blooms are spent. I think I got 3 or 4 blooms last year, periods. And is it too early, or is it right time for plant common Bermuda? I got some bare spots in the front.
No, this is perfect time for May
That's what
1st.
I thought.
Is
warming up.
Is the common.
When it hits 90 on several days in a row in May,
there you
go.
You may actually have to mow it in 3 weeks or so.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's all I have. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good questions. Thanks, James.
Thank you, James. All right. 210-308-8867. We're going to take a quick break. We'll touch base on the energy rebate when we get back. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And Mark, we've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks, maybe past couple months, but the green shade tree rebate from CPS, it's still going on. It's
still going on until April 30th.
Yeah, so this week it's coming to an end, so you have not much time.
So what's the date today, the 26th?
Today's the 26th, so you got about 4 days left.
Yeah, Monday, of course, is King's Day in the Netherlands. And then Wednesday, I guess that's the last day.
That's the last day to purchase and then to
purchase and download. I would download the application now and look at your computer.
Yes.
That's Green Shade Tree Rebate. CPSE Energy, Green Shade Rebate. And I asked Alex to pull it up for some of the permitted trees on that. And that's a lot of the trees that Calvin and I really recommend on that one, including our Anaqua.
Yes.
Is there Anaqua on there?
Anaqua's the first one under the large trees.
Under the large?
Yes, they split it up to where large trees and then medium/small trees.
I would put it under the medium, but okay.
Well, and its citrus is still there. Huh?
Its citrus is still there. That's why I pulled it up. So we're gonna mention things on that we'd want to see. So chinkapin oak.
Chinkapin oak is on this list.
Mexican live oak or Mexican white oak. Is it on there?
Mexican white oak,
Yep,
a.k.a.
okay.
Monterey oak.
a.k.a. Monterey, a.k.a. live. Bur oak.
Bur oak is there.
1 R or 2?
What's that?
1 R or 2?
1 R.
Excellent. That's the way it's supposed to be spelled.
Montezuma cypress is on this list.
Okay. Those are our ones that we recommend. Fast growth and
Cedar elm.
Cedar elm is here as well.
Fairly good structure and longevity. So Mexican white. Mexican sycamore.
Yes, it is here as well.
Montezuma cypress. Chinkapin oak.
Has bald cypress on there?
Not that I see, no.
Okay.
Used to be better.
It used to be, but I think I have convinced enough people to put it. If you're going to have the cypresses, get the Montezuma cypress.
Even though
it's not native, and even though it's not really conducive to thin, stony soils,
they get bigger too, don't they?
Yeah. They get bigger. They're semi-evergreen. I'm stretching that word. They look pretty raggedy in January.
We've talked about
it looks pretty nice right now.
It looks really nice right now. So here I'm over.
Speaking of looking nice, there goes one of our monarch butterflies.
Yes.
So it's real easy. What did it say? 5 gallons or larger, or 3 gallons and larger. They changed it.
Yes,
3 gallons. Number 3.
At least number 3 container.
Yeah. That was at the request of the industry.
Within 10 to 30 feet of an air-conditioned building.
See, they changed that. I made it more liberal. I was like 15 feet, but okay, 10 to 30, and they don't have the cardinal directions. That is restricted to certain south or west or east.
So it could be on any side of the
side
house.
of it, right? So it's an excellent program, up to 5 per address, and $50 credit. So that's an excellent program.
Absolutely.
Well, not only are you going to get that $50 for planting a recommended shade tree, but you're in the long run, you're probably going to save energy costs for yourself.
You're going to save that and a lot more in shade. So you have lots of choices. I like the fact that they expanded it over the years. I'm not always happy about certain additions, but you know what? They're pretty good. So, did it just say citrus? It doesn't. It doesn't specify
citrus. It just says any orange, lemon, etc.
Etc.
Exactly.
I think a grapefruit, a bloom sweet would be really good on there. Yeah, that I'd get fruit, pollination, and shade. Because I think grapefruit will grow a little taller, wouldn't it? Don't you think?
Pretty big, yeah, pretty big. Yeah. It's a nice looking plant, and very productive. But hey, and speaking of some other plants that we have quite often mentioned, the our Dorfruelia. We've got some of the white ones there now, it looks like.
What?
So isn't that out there at the front of that? It looks like so. They look really nice. And then there's some of the plumbago over there with the white plumbago too.
Mm-hmm. I really like the white plumbago.
And of course the blue on both of those plants are the ones that are the chief stars. But the white is very attractive as well.
Anyway, the staff, just finish it up on that. The staff knows all about the Green Shade program and have the tree, and they know which trees are on the list, permitted on the list. So Wednesday is your day.
I think walking by, I think some of them the trees do have tags saying that they're part of the...
Correct.
Yes.
So I said the staff knows, and they have identified those tree species. So if you're in the market for a tree, get a permitted tree, or get a tree from the permitted list, and buy this Wednesday.
Yes.
That's all. That's all I have to say.
All right.
That's all Pete wanted me to say.
We fulfilled that quota for that.
All right. What else? What else were we going to say?
We went through the rebate, went through the sales. I think the only thing we didn't bring up was the Boston Fern hanging baskets, which usually the past few times they were on sale that they sold out or
yeah, I know
didn't have, but they do have them regularly $24.99, on sale $22.22.
Oh, I know. I want to talk to you, Calvin. You had mentioned things to do in the week. The hummingbirds. I think this is your first mention in the newspaper about hummingbirds.
Yeah, they're out there, and so we talk about the nectar plants for the monarch butterflies,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of the same nectar plants attract the hummingbirds as well. The salvias, the lantanas, the ruellias. All of those are good hummingbird plants. But the other thing you might want to do is have a hummingbird feeder, sugar water feeder, out there. That's so cool to bring those hummingbirds in there, and you get to observe them. They get pretty tame, and their expectations are, you have this sugar water ready for me when I'm ready for action.
So yes, I've noticed similarities between hummingbirds and cats. They're quite demanding when their food is when they need their food. So it's like, where is it? Where is it? I need it now. I need it now.
Well, I've sat out there on the patio, with had some company, and having a soda pop or something, talking, and the hummingbird flew right in the middle of it. Says, this is very pleasant, but the feeder is empty. You get that feeder full, and right in the middle of the group.
I don't want to be a bother, but that feeder is empty right now. Yeah. The other thing I noticed is, all right, it is the general rule of thumb, general air quote, that the hummingbirds prefer tubular flowers. So esperanzas, crossvine, even little flowers. But you know what? What they really like is that porterweed, that Turk's cap, that shrimp plant. And I'm like, how do they get nectar out of the shrimp plant?
They even go after the zinnias.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a favorite of the zinnias too. But you're right. If you want, I always talk about the porterweed. It always amazes me because that was the plant. The dwarf red porterweed is the plant I've seen all the hummingbird, bees, and butterflies on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only, it only gets to be about...
what we say 12 to 15 inches, and most of that is stem with little tiny flowers on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird plant, but gosh, it is a favorite nectar plant. And there's our monarch butterfly on the lantanas over there. Gosh, looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Big, very. Looks like he just hatched here.
So anyway, that caught my eye the other day, or yesterday morning. It's always. In fact, for the longest time, the San Antonio Botanical Garden had for its emblem an esperanza and a hummingbird on it, and a nice tubular flower, and that's kind of like that kind of the general rule. But
the Mexican honeysuckles are blooming now.
Okay, there's another one. There's another one that has a beautiful
Cape honeysuckle. One that blooms more in the fall.
Yeah, that's what I always forget about that one. But you always remind me. Yeah, that's a fall bloomer. Very similar to the Mexican honeysuckle, but a slightly different color, slightly different shape. But anyway, it's always amazing that hummingbirds can achieve so much nectar out of some of these other, what I consider small flowers, like the porterweed, like the zinnia, Turk's cap, shrimp plant.
All right, 210-308-8867. We're going to take one more break for today. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. We have a guest here that has a question.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
We're on the air.
Okay.
Just so we could hear a little better.
We
Yes.
can hear better that way.
I have something eating my Japanese blueberry shrubs leaves. Any thoughts on that?
What's the characteristic?
It's just kind of clipping into the leaf. I mean, it's not eating the whole leaf, but just kind of.
Is it circular?
Huh?
On edge in.
Yeah.
It's an edge. Is it circular?
No,
like
it's
a big.
Square.
It's square. Okay.
Squarish, yeah. Or rectangular.
You didn't see any caterpillars or anything?
No.
Nothing to see.
Well, they got to get out there at 6 a.m. and I'm not sure they're 5 to 6 a.m. on that. So it's either beetle or caterpillar. That's why sometimes the circular ones are more likely to be beetles, but not necessarily. And there's also some flies the fly larva will actually do that.
I looked for white flies and things, no sign of any eggs.
Yeah. White flies will suck
the plant?
5 feet tall.
Okay.
So the
I've
Japanese
got about
blueberry?
6 of them.
So Japanese blueberry will actually be a screen, a hedge. That's why it's frequently used. Kind of like a xylosma, only it's much prettier. They are a little frost tolerant. That's the only reason why they're not used more here in San Antonio. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, and two, I would probably
that organic herbicide.
Yeah. So I would use
the
BT, one of the BT products, and that's capital B, small t, and that's actually a bacteria. It lasts a short time as storage and on the tree. So you may have to do a couple of applications. They must ingest it.
Now, another alternative would be a spinosad product. That's an organic control that's why we're trying to figure out which. If it was a caterpillar, BT always works the best. But if it's a beetle, then the spinosad, man. So
if you want to be sure, both are organic. So the spinosad and that spinosad or spinosad is. So we like to say spinosad because that's phonetic. And there's several different products that will do that. That actually contain it. So if you're not sure, boy, that's a nice safety mechanism.
Yeah, it's effective in how.
But in the big scene, big view, I wouldn't worry about it. So it's on your shrubs.
They've gone after all 4 of them.
Yeah.
All right then.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great question. So
thank y'all so much.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have. It was kind of a fad for a few years. A lot of the landscape architects were speccing it out. It's kind of fallen a little disfavor after 21 and 22. So, but it is a good shrub. Nice. What do you and I usually say? Restrained growth. Disciplined growth. It is nice. So, are you happy with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I like my
Okay. Yeah, well, Xylosma took a big hit in 21. In 20. Oh, good. Yeah, it's one of the ones we recommend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, 210-308-8867. We got about 10 more minutes in our show for today, so give us a call.
What, Mark, on the... we haven't talked much about the other shade plant over there. We've got the begonias, a lot of begonias.
Did we talk about the coleus?
Or the impatiens?
No, the coleus over there, but the ones out in front here. With the orange, do you see the orange right behind?
Yeah, well, I was going to mention that because I went and got some coffee inside during one of the breaks. And we have the biggest displays of bougainvilleas I have ever seen in front. We got about every color. And I'm looking at the orange, but that was the topiary. What I thought was the topiary of the bougainvillea, but when you pointed it out, that's not the one.
Yeah,
so,
it's behind those Esperanza there with the shade plant that is a little sensitive to the heat. And there, it's within the
it's not an impatient, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks a little bigger.
Yeah, there's a lot of impatience there.
So that's a big family. Impatience. I still remember I was in Puerto Rico working, and I was walking through. We're walking through the national park there, and there were impatiens taller than my head. So. Yeah, we were told not to go on this trail, and we did.
Now, on the impatiens, they're not on sale, I take it.
No, not this week.
But
they are for
go
sale.
ahead, yeah. If those are, we talked about the begonias being pretty, not at all fragile. I mean, relatively drought tolerant, cold tolerant. These other guys who we're talking about now are less. They can't take the sun and the heat as much, so use them only in the real deep shade, and they are attractive, colorful, and they will attract some of the pollinators. But it is we haven't talked about it much, and because of but they do have a very bright color and do pretty well in deep shade. But they won't like a 100-degree sun.
No. They're impatient to get out of there.
Yeah, but the bougainvillea are of course.
Yeah, I know. So getting back to my bougainvillea astonishment. We have just about every color known, and we have also some of these topiary ones. Fabulous that can go on a trellis. We have hanging ones that can go on trellises, or ones that are designed to twist up on the trellis.
And that's a plant you grow in full sun. Yeah, and I know quite often the folks have a little trouble getting it to bloom, or can't quite keep it looking the way they want. They talk about giving it more water, less sun. No. You give it.
What can I feed it now? Folks out there, I dislike that term feeding because the plant feeds itself. So, what kind of fertilizer do we give it? And no.
This is one of the few. Another one of the weird plants. This one prospers, does more blooming when it's an absolute full sun. It's root bound. If you keep potting it up, you're not going to get any blooms. Yeah. And this is one you want to let it dry out basically between watering. That also encourages it to bloom. But it's spectacular in terms of the blooms and the color and the versatility. It can grow in a round container, a hanging basket, or on those trellises. They're just amazing on the trellises. But a lot of choices there.
Yeah, so that's what I like. Yeah, you see it on different parts of town and on different styles of architecture, but the main thing is it doesn't like a lot of attention. And that's an understatement.
And it's not as cold tolerant as a lot of our plants.
Yeah, that's the downside.
That you would works best if you can leave it in a container and put it into the greenhouse there during the winter time, rather than and it does need sun in the winter time too. So it's another
one
advantage.
Yeah, and we have some of those. We have some of those rollers or square rollers. We have different sizes here, and so if you have a plant, you can put that on the big pot on the roller, or you can scoot it under in the winter.
Our porterweed too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's a great plant. I mean, a great way to grow porterweed, because it just doesn't tolerate any cold weather.
Yeah.
And we hate to sacrifice it because it's so attractive to the pollinators, including the hummingbirds.
We've got about 3 minutes left for our show today. I just want to give a quick reminder that Calvin's Monarch and Milkweed class, the last one, will be Saturday, May 2nd at 9:30 a.m. 325 Resource Drive in New Braunfels, Texas. The contact to register for that class is 830-620-3440. And that day there's going to be a lot of events and classes going on that day, correct?
That's right. It's the AgriFest. It's the lead-off class for the AgriFest that starts at 9 and runs through 1 o'clock. And if everybody that pre-registers will get a germinated milkweed plant, a native milkweed plant, and they'll get some stratified seed, which is kind of different than what we've done in past years. So it means what we're trying to accomplish there is we want you to plant it directly, just about a 1/4 inch deep in the soil in your garden, so that we don't have to transplant it. Have it germinate where you want it to grow, because the transplanting has been one of those situations that has reduced the survival rate. Here we go, only about 10% of those we transplant survive, whereas the seed, about 50% of those that are seeded seem to survive. So that's what it's about, and you'll get one of each, germinated plant, and one of the 6 milkweeds we talk about, and also a small number of the seeds, but we've got some reports from the early classes that the seeds are doing a pretty good job of germinating, especially antelope horn, butterfly weed, showy, and even some of the green and tropical milkweed. That's an exotic. You don't need to take that if you're not interested. You'd rather have a native. Those are available.
Yes, just one last time. The class is Saturday, May 2nd, 9:30 a.m., 325 Resource Drive, New Braunfels, Texas. Contact is 830-620-3440. Again, the CPS Green Shade Tree Energy rebate.
Yeah.
It's coming to an end on Wednesday, April 30th, so be sure to sign up for that. Thank you for listening to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas.
Spurs at 2:30 today.
Yes, go Spurs, go today. Thank you. We will see you next weekend.